Welcome to Moon Harbor Heroes. Today's issue is Faces, issue 23, Doomed. On the cover, Faye stands mid-page facing the reader. Around her, we can see the hazy shape of the demon Zelkav. They are alone in an elaborate palace made of cracking pink stained glass. Faye's face shows a grim determination. We turn the page and our story begins. So our first panel, this comic, is Faye in her sanctuary. Faye, what are you working on at this point? You can set that scene as much as you want.
I think Faye is not doing anything like magical. I think normally when we cut into Faye's sanctuary, we see books levitating, her reading things frantically. But I think we have a punching bag loosely hung up from the ceiling, and it starts with just Faye just punching the shit out of it, and then after a minute we're punching. Faye's clearly getting more and more agitated. And then, I think the panel right before everyone else walks in is me, pulling my hand back and, slashing across the punching bag. And just, the demon claws just cutting through it. So it just, cuts completely cleanly through, and it just drops to the floor.
And then behind the punching bag, we see the door opening and Carl and Ryder stepping in.
As they step in, I'm like, where's what's his name? Brian.
I think Brian is at home. He's working on something. He told me what, but I didn't really understand.
I mean, that's fine. I don't really need him here anyway. I just need the two of you.
Something about multiple Brians, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't have that power. I do.
After Carl says that, we get the Ryder and Carl still in the doorway, and a voice bubble coming up from behind them. It says, "No, it's still 3. And Faye, you absolutely recognize this voice.
I'm gonna just push past Carl and Ryder, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna go to run to hug Supai or hit Supai. I think I'm gonna hug first. So I'm pushing through and going to hug.
Supai wraps their arms around you and gives you just a big, very earnest hug. Very quietly in your ear, only you can hear this. They whisper, "I'm really sorry."
I pull back and I shove them a little bit, and I'm like, damn right you're sorry. Also, hi, I missed you so much. Are you okay? What happened to your eye? Oh my god, what happened to your eye?
We get the close up on Supai's face, and the flesh over their right eye is burnt shut, and they frown and then pull into a very pained smile and go, "I ran into HR, and I've got some real bad news."
What's going on?
Hell's coming? I think yeah. That woman, what's her name? Mary something?
Mary Louise Rogers.
Yeah, she found a spell to bring hell here.
What?
I don't know much, but I spied on the council. We don't have much time.
Great. And I look at all three of them and I'm like, look, what we're about to do is about to be really dark and very much not what heroes do. So if you want to go, now is your chance. Otherwise, come with me and let's go kill Mary Louise Rogers. And I think we get a panel pulled back looking at my hand, and my hand is clenched, but I still have demon claws. So there's just blood dripping from my palm. And I am not wincing or anything. I'm just there.
I think Carl just sort of looks at her and goes, "Can I help?"
Definitely. And I turn to Ryder and I'm like, and what about you?
We don't kill people.
She's going to bring hell to Earth. We don't have a choice.
There has to be another way to stop her. We have to find another way to stop her. We don't kill people.
You can do whatever you want, but I'm going to kill her.
Supai puts their hand on Ryder's shoulder and goes, "Ryder, was it? Normally I'd agree with you, but we don't have time. Faye and I have been there. It's bad. We don't want it here."
Look, the shit in hell. There's an anglerfish the size of a whale that flies through the air. There's a monster with 4 arms that could crush a building with its hand.
Supai is visibly shuddering a bit at all this.
I wish I had the humanity left in me to agree with you, to say we don't kill people, we're heroes. But we either kill her or she kills everyone. And I'm not taking that chance. If I have to rip her throat out with my claws, I'll do it in a heartbeat. If you don't want to stay, you don't have to stay.
I think Ryder's going to look at Faye and go, I'm in.
Faye visibly lies and like throws her arms around him. And she's like, okay, good, because I don't think I could do this without you. And then she pulls back and her eyes are like brimming with tears.
Ryder has a very serious look on his face right now and is very much not wanting to do this, but it's a case of you can tell it on, like, I guess I don't know how detailed you can get in an image of someone's face, but you can clearly, like, it's visible that he's very, very hesitant about following through with this plan, and he's trying his best in his head to figure out an alternative.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that panel, like, we get the close-up, like, of a profile of Ryder with that on his face. Ryder, are you in costume at the moment?
I am everything but helmet.
Okay. And then our next panel is a like the same profile shot of Faye. And we see very small pink letters like floating around Faye's head. It's a voice only Faye can hear. And you hear a voice say, "He sees you for the monster you are. He's going to abandon you."
I'm just going to clench my jaw tighter and clench my fist tighter. And like the blood coming from my fist like is like fully like dripping to the floor now. But I'm not going to show any like signs that anything's happening.
Okay. Ryder, do you notice any changes there? Like, if you want to roll to pierce the mask here, you can. If you're kind of lost in your own head, that's totally understandable too. I'm leaving the choice up to you.
I think Ryder at this point is lost in his own head. He is definitely trying to. That's his whole thing, is to try to stop. He doesn't want anyone to die. I think maybe a panel of inner monologue from Ryder, kind of voicing his fear that this will lead him down the same path that his father went. So it scares the hell out of him. So he's really, really, really wanting to see if he could stop the murder or stop what she's doing without killing her. But he also resigns himself to do whatever it takes to quote unquote save the day.
Cool. I like that a lot.
Coral is just not objective when it comes to Faye at all.
Yup.
There are no complex thoughts going through his head.
I follow that butterfly.
Yep.
I think I look around the room and I'm like, all right, I've been doing some research over the past couple days and I don't know where Mary Louise Rogers is. I used Darkmark's supercomputer to hack the cult's computer system, and she's somewhere off the grid. So we need to find her, first and foremost. She's probably guarded, so there's that issue as well. I think I want to look around and be like, Carl, you don't have bugs anymore. You can't, like, send out spies across the city, can you?
No, I can't really do that anymore.
That's okay. Then I think the four of us need to do some recon.
Supai steps over and goes, That's a good idea. Can we get food first?
Ryder is going to pull a card out of his utility belt. Sure, utility belt.
Hell yeah.
and say, use this. This will connect connect this computer to mine. We would use double the processing power. And technobabble.
This sounds like a sanctuary move.
Technobabble, be able to scan the entire city and see what we see. And yeah, I believe that would be.
Would that be my sanctuary move? Or
That would be mine.
I think it's going to be both of y'all's.
Okay. I think I want to look at the card in Ryder's hand and be like, great, that's a good idea. And like, I think I'm going to take the card and plug it into the computer. And then as soon as it like starts connecting, I'm going to open up the internet and just be like, food delivery Moon Harbor University.
I love it.
I think we see a panel of like my face like frantically typing, and then we pan back and it shows like a list of food options.
I'm so tempted for Supai to join in to do that like NCIS double hack technique.
Oh God, no. No.
But I think we do put an order for food getting sent to the library.
Tacos.
I think taco sounds great.
Tacos sound good. Carl, do you like tacos?
I've never had tacos. I don't know what a taco is.
Ryder lights up and he's like, tacos are the most amazing pile of meat, lettuce, tomatoes, sometimes sour cream, sometimes cheese, all wrapped up in a tortilla. Just perfect.
I don't want to eat a turtle.
Ryder's fingers in the air and he's just like, not sure how to answer that.
Supai's like, I just got back from hell. Anything that's not rat, I'm good with.
I look and I'm like, all right, food should be here in 25 minutes. So I'd say we have about 25 minutes to find Mary Louise Rogers. Let's go.
Okay, so when you call upon the resources of your sanctuary to solve a problem, say what you want to do. What is your clear goal here?
Find Mary Louise Roger?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, one thing that Carl could do, I guess, is send out like just a little bit of a dumb thing, like a bit like Carl Cat was back in the day. Like I could send out like one little thing and then have it go around the city.
Okay. So the conditions I'm going to put on it is you'll have to obtain a personal belonging of Mary Louise Rogers. You and your team will risk danger from the cult of detection and like locating you. And Faye, I'm going to give this choice to you. You either need to mark a box on your Doom track, or the best you can do is a lesser version, unreliable or limited.
I'm gonna mark a box on my Doom track.
Okay, you don't need to do that yet until you've like fulfilled all the rest.
Cool.
How about we cut into our next scene? Everyone sitting around discussing this, eating food, the tacos.
Perfect.
You cool with that? So, where is everyone in the sanctuary? Just to get like a visual setup.
I think I'm kind of like hovering. I think I have my like legs crossed and like the tacos are floating in front of me. And I'm just like floating kind of right above where we had the sigil drawn on the floor for the spell earlier, which is still a pretty open area because Mom cleaned up the floor but did not clean up did not put all the furniture back where it was. And I imagine Supai is probably pretty close to me.
I think Supai is closest to wherever the bulk of the food is, just shoveling food down. They're starving.
I think Supai is like fairly close to Faye, and then Carl goes over and sits in between them like awkwardly because he's like a little bit jealous about Supai.
I love that.
Ryder, where are you in this scene?
Ryder's probably going to be sitting at the supercomputer.
Taco in one hand, typing with the other.
That sounds right about right.
I think Carl picks up one of these tacos and then looks at it and studies a bit, and then has a big smile and looks over to Felix and goes, "Why didn't you tell me these were pancakes? I love pancakes. Why are they crunchy though?"
I think like Faye is eating and the food is floating in front of her, but she's also got like 2 books floating and like flipping pages. And I think she also has a book like floating like next to Supai. But Supai is clearly not paying attention, but she's also not paying that much attention to them to be like, hey, you should read this. So the pages are just kind of casually turning. And I'm looking around and I'm like, so if we want to try to enhance the supercomputers, try to give it some sort of magical boost, it looks like we're going to need something of Mary Louise's. I know where her apartment is.
Did no one think to grab her by the hair last time we fought?
I mean, last time we fought, she was a bunch of people disguised as her, and I don't even know where she was. Just a bunch of Mary Louise Rogers all like being awful.
I can put some eyes on her apartment if you want.
We should probably go in groups of 2 and not split everybody up.
I wasn't going to go myself. I think I have an idea of how to just put some eyes on the apartment. Not mine.
Okay, sure. How would we do that?
Carl giggles a bit and suddenly out of his sides on one side, like from each side splits off a cat, and then one of them turns on fire and the other one turns into water. And he looks at you and he goes, "Carl cats."
When did you too many questions. Never mind.
It's like when the aliens came and I made an insect cat, but these ones are new cats.
Do they have to be on fire or made of water?
It's super necessary.
Great. Can the water one like swim through pipes, or does it have to stay cat-shaped?
I think they can be any shape, but I like cats.
Well, once you're in her house, I'm fine if you become a cat. Let's see if we can trace where the pipes to her house are, and see if we can send you through the pipes.
I don't have much control over them, but like they should follow commands.
Great. Ryder, can you do some tracking about the city's water systems and see where we could access the water main that reaches to her house?
Already on it. You see him just tapping on the keyboard, pulling up the schematics for the city's waterways.
Yeah, you very quickly have them.
I'm like, all right, so it looks like if we trace this back, there's an entrance right here. So all we have to do is get there and get the Carl cat in. We can get the Carl cat inside, see about getting a door open, and then we can go in. I know Mary Louise isn't at her apartment right now. So
Wait, does this mean we have to go through the sewers?
we really only need 2 people to go. I could have Supai and Carl go together.
Carl Soup.
I can go with Carl. It doesn't really matter. We just need
You
someone
can't go. Peter glares at Faye. I don't want you anywhere near her house. Not right now. Carl and Supai, you guys will go. We'll stay here and continue monitoring the situation and see if we can find anything else.
All right. Carl, am I still connected to your, mind thing?
You should be.
Great. Call me if anything goes wrong. I'll be right there.
Okay. Do we only need 1 cat for the apartment?
I mean, as much as I want to send the fire cat, I'm pretty sure that someone, and she glares at Ryder, would have a problem with that.
Well then, I'll leave the fire cat here so you can communicate easily with me.
Perfect.
Supai is petting the fire cat.
I was going to ask, could you turn down the fire on the fire cat? Kind of cute.
I like it. As Carl and Supai get up to leave, Supai turns to Faye and goes, "Hey, can we talk privately for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Do we get a reaction shot from Carl on that?
I think it just glares a bit.
Hey, where's our next panel?
I think we see us in the church, actually. Like the church where the entrance to the tunnels are.
Cool. Supai is sitting on like one of the pews. Where are you?
And I think I'm like leaned against the altar. And I think as we cut in, I'm like, feels weird for the 2 of us to be here after, the last time we saw each other.
Yeah. Veronica's got in my head.
Yeah, well, I wasn't exactly the best friend either.
Yeah. I think hell has a way of doing that to you.
It was here. It was her. Mary Louise Rogers has me jumping at every shadow. And I'm not doing that anymore. I'm done playing her game the way she wants to play it.
That's probably good because I think she's changing the rules.
So am I. And I want to lift up my shirt's in tatters over my jeans, and I want to lift it up, and underneath we see the handle of the flail, and then I pull it up a little bit more, and right next to it there is the hilt of a knife. I don't need to be a superhero to take her down.
Yeah. You need to stay safe though. You know what happens if you die.
Yeah, I do. Look, if shit gets bad, you need to stay with the team. Okay? I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how they're going to act. I have a failsafe built in. I am not letting this demon get out. And I just need someone to protect them. And I trust you more than anyone.
Yeah, I can do that. Just be careful. I ran into HR again and he's pissed.
Yeah, that makes 2 of us.
Supai stands up and starts walking towards you to hug you.
I hug them back, yeah.
I really missed you.
Yeah. I missed you too. After this is over, you and I are going to have a long talk about not pushing people through portals. But right now, you are here, and that's all that matters, okay?
And we get a close up of the two of you hugging, and we get the pink text around your head that just says, "Hello, Veronix." And Carl, I think this is when you enter the church coming up from the tunnels.
Hey, Supai, can we go now?
Yeah. They turn, wave a little bit at Faye, smile, and start walking towards Carl.
I just walk past Supai and grab Faye and kiss her.
I kiss Carl back.
And then I turn around and walk out. Come on, Supai.
They turn and follow.
Did I hear what Zilkiev said?
Yes. Only you were hearing that.
I want 3 panels of close up on my face being shocked, then a full body shot of me being shocked, and then just a shot of me small in the bigness of the church, and I just haven't moved yet. I'm gonna walk back down into the sanctuary and see that Ryder is still at the computer and be like, "Hey, Fee, I don't help."
Ryder spins around in his chair, and he looks at Alana, and he's like, "What? What do you need help with?"
The demon is. I think he's trying to break my brain, and I don't know how to do it. The demon said that Supai wasn't real, that they were actually Veronix, the shadow demon that could take the place of other people.
Ryder's going to stand up and walk over to Faye and put the original coin in her palm, and he's going to say, "Whatever happens, we'll handle it." And he's going to close her palm around the coin and be like, "I trust you. Do you trust me?"
Of course, you know I do.
Then we've got this.
But what if I just sent Carl off with a demon?
Carl's stronger than you know. A whole lot stronger than you know. He'll be able to take the demon, no problem. I trust him in that.
You're right. No, you're right. And he can call me if anything goes wrong. I need a spell to check that, but I also don't want to be wasting my time if this is just a trick. And I don't know what's real anymore, and I just need to stop it all. I need to stop it. Okay.
Ryder grabs Faye and pulls her close and is like, "We'll handle this. It'll be okay. I'm real. Carl's real. We've got this. Trust us."
I do. You're right. Carl's got this. We've got this.
Ryder pulls back for a second and looks at Faye and is like, "Now, we've got work to do. While they're out, we need to be casing the rest of the city. See if we can find anything. You've got your magic. I've got my tech. Are you ready?"
Yeah, let's do it.
So we turn the page, and our next panel is Carl and Supai in the sewers. And they're walking, a couple panels of them walking. Carl, are you making any conversation, or is this a quiet walk?
I don't think Carl and Supai have had any time to talk yet about, Carl doesn't really know who Supai is, only that. So I guess Carl is gonna look at Supai and say, so we've never hung out before.
Yeah. We fought once, and then I kind of went to hell. So you and Faye are a thing?
I don't know. I don't know what a thing is.
You and Faye are a couple?
When she doesn't run off, sure.
I think that might have kind of been my fault. I had this plan, and we weren't supposed to be gone that long.
I mean, I was never worried because You see, I have these butterflies in my head, and they tell me that Faye's safe, so I wasn't worried at all.
Huh. Most people keep those in their stomach. I hope they're right.
I keep them in the forest. I think the forest is a way better place to keep butterflies than in your stomach. No?
I haven't seen that many forests. My main exposure was all made of iron.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good forest.
How's she been since she's been back? I'm worried.
I don't know. She's angrier than usual, I think.
It's just... And Supai stops walking at this point. Because... Carl, did she tell you about Veronix?
She doesn't tell me about anything.
Veronix was this demon who can take on the shape of anyone. And she kind of tore Faye and I apart when we were in hell. I'm real afraid that Veronix got back into this world.
I don't think you have to worry, because I'm here now. I'll help you.
Just keep an eye on Faye. I think you know her better than me. Let me know if you think something's off.
Something's always off with Faye. It's when there's nothing off that I should worry, no?
Supai laughs. Just a full laugh. See? You do know her well. We better find that drain pipe.
I think at this point, there's a panel of the both of them walking into the sewer, and you can see an alligator in the corner.
Excellent. Excellent. Our next panel is us at the drain pipe, or at a pipe. Supai whips out a tendril of flames and scorches or melts a hole through the side of the pipe. There's water gushing out. It's okay, so send the cat in.
I assume the cat's been following us, right? Or walking in front of us. Yeah.
Astute readers will have noticed that.
The cat was there the whole time.
Yup.
It would have been super funny if the cat noticed the alligator. Acknowledged it. I'm just going to squat down and look at the cat and make a bunch of meow sounds, and the cat splashes into the pipe and is off.
Cool. Go ahead and roll that move for me. Actually, I'm gonna. If you want to read it, this is from the Collective Playbook. That's what we're using for this. The one you wrote.
Okay, where is it? Here. So the move is called All Over It. When you send someone you trust to do something important for you, roll plus superior. On a hit, they do it. On a 7 to 9, pick 1. On a 10 plus, pick 2. Yeah, so you get 1 or 2, and the 3 they pull it off in a timely manner. They do exactly what you ask them to do, and they don't cause unexpected trouble when they do it. So plus superior, that's a 5.
Moon Harbor Heroes is produced by Anthony Sheets and TP Huth, and edited by Anthony Sheets. Anthony can be found on Twitter at Icy New Year, or at icynewyear.com. T is the host of Incubator on Air, a new play podcast available on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, and Google Play. She can be found at T Huth Playwright on Twitter, or TPHuth94 on Instagram. Faces is GM by me, Anthony Sheets. Lighthammer is played by TP Huth. Ryder Typhon is played by Kaido Kane. Kaido is a Twitch personality and loves their 3 mischievous cats. You can find them at the Versian on Twitter, and as Kaido Kane on twitch.tv. Our logo was designed by Beautiful Beasties. She can be found on Instagram at beastly.doodles or at patreon.com/beautifulbeasties. The music in this issue is Black Vortex by Kevin MacLeod. A link to his website and the license will be in the show notes. If you want to get a hold of us, email us at moonharborheroes@gmail.com or find us on Twitter at moonharborcast. If you enjoyed this issue, please leave us a review on iTunes and tell a friend. Word of mouth and 5-star reviews are really the best way for us to keep bringing these stories to more people. If you'd like to support us financially, check us out on patreon.com/moonharborheroes. Supporting us there will give you access to bonus episodes each month. And thanks for helping us save the world. We'll see you next issue.